Hey everyone, Kurt Lorette back again from Team Lorette and Team Audio Q. Look at the enclosure for the 2005 GMC Yukon. Getting pretty close to bolting in. Everything's pretty much done. A couple things you probably haven't seen. It's been about a week since I've done a video. But there's the ports. They basically just bolt right onto the side. And I set them up like this because they're going to need to be put on after the enclosure is put in the vehicle. As I said, this is a two-part enclosure. You can see it's separated in the center, which that'll all bolt down, and I'll have brackets holding everything in place. I've lined the ports in mirror, just something I decided to do with them, as well as the face of this. Now, as you can see, it kind of looks like total crap right now, but that's because there's a plastic layer on it. This is one of the pieces that I actually cut off of it. That's one of the 15-inch holes right there. And as you can see, you just peel this up, and it looks nice. So basically, that's what everything's going to look like. Nice mirror, and I'll have the piece finished down the center, as well as the floor area there, and the top will all be mirror. What we're going to be doing is these little channels you see, these edges here along the edge of the box where I cut a little bit of mirrored acrylic off. Hold on a second, let me get my light here. Right along there, and as well as along the edge of the port. That's all going to be lined with LED lighting, so that'll light all this up, as well as over here and this side. This looks kind of crappy right now because it's pretty much dusty as hell from all the sawdust in here, but that'll all clean up nice. I have actually gotten all the bracing done that I actually plan on doing. I was going to do more, but I didn't want to cut away from my airspace because I was coming up just a little short as it was. And I actually meant to try to keep one of these ports off to show you from the back side. Try to get this in here a little bit, see if I can show you what that looks like. Actually trying to use the mirror to reflect off a little bit, but that gives you a little idea of what it looks like in there. And believe it or not, this is actually really strong. Doing this bracing along here across the face, I've seen a lot of people use 2x4s and go really extreme on their bracing. It's not that necessary if you understand the actual properties or structural integrity of something and the areas they're going to flex. The outsides are going to be covered in another layer of 3/4 inch MDF, so that's going to make plenty of this very strong. So I'm not worried about the rest of the enclosure. There's going to be another layer across the top, the sides here, as well as the back side. So as far as flex and everything else, this thing will be completely fine. Not concerned about it. And that's pretty much it for that. I'll also show you real quick what I've gotten done on the inside of the vehicle. I have laid a little more of the Fat Mat Rattle Trap Extreme. Used this stuff last year, and basically it's held up really well. Had no issues with it, and it's done its job as best I could expect it to. I'm actually going to be putting a little more there. I kind of sealed up a couple spots where I put holes or whatever. So I'm going to lay some more over the top of it, and I got some over there as well, which I'll be running little conduit nipples or whatever you want to call them, where a lot of my power wire will be coming through. Also, I put another quick layer on my battery rack of the Fat Mat body armor, which this stuff works really good. Dampens sound, as well as works as pretty much an underbody coating, and that basically just looked pretty good. So it was a perfect match for my battery rack here. This is the floor in which the enclosure is going to sit upon. I basically built an apparatus to go underneath it, or a support. And let me just open this door up here. You can see I also used the Fat Mat Rattle Trap Extreme on that as well, and that's basically just to help deaden the sound and vibration from the vehicle so it doesn't transfer so much through the enclosure. And that's basically it for that. Not a whole heck of a lot to it. There's a lot more underneath there. There's several channels and everything else, which are a little hard to see, obviously, but everything fits nice. It's working well. I also ran all my wiring, which a lot of that goes underneath there. And I basically try to run everything up the center of the vehicle, keeping my mids and highs and my subs separate, as well as the power wires. All my power from my batteries and alternators to the rear of the vehicle will be run underneath the vehicle. And I am sticking with the Stinger Pro 3 wires. I ordered a whole bunch of those, all new. So I have plenty of them. Several sets for my mids and my highs, as well as my subs. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for checking it out. I'm going to try to get another video out tomorrow and show you what this actually looks like in the vehicle. Obviously, I'm going to be getting rid of all my rear seats. It will be nothing like the last build. Hopefully plan to have this bolted down. I'd like to try to get the top and bottom, as well as that all the mirrored acrylic on there. The only thing I'm waiting on is some solid copper wire for my subwoofers, and I'm just going to have to make up some pretty much makeshift terminal blocks, get them bolted in, get those wired up, and we'll start actually wiring this thing up. It's not going to be anything like last year, where it was taking me months on end to get this wired up. I'm hoping within the next week or two to have everything wired up and hitting. Going to have to do some work for my mids and highs. That's going to take quite a bit, because I have to basically start from scratch, build all new door panels, look at doing 3 sets of mids and highs in the doors, and also a set of kick panels. So that'll be a bit of a task within itself, but that's basically what we plan on doing. And thanks for checking out.